The commencement ceremony for the Department of Mechanical Engineering will now be in order. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jason Reif, and I am the chair of Mechanical Engineering. This has been a most unusual year, and this is a most unusual ceremony. I want to talk to you in this moment as you gather in this room together, probably the last time that you will all be in the same room during your senior year. And because it's a recorded ceremony, I also want to talk to you watching this on video on graduation day. So let me pause, wave to the camera, and say welcome to family and friends. To help us celebrate today, you seniors have voted for 2 speakers to represent you, one from each of our department's 2 undergraduate majors. Our first speaker this afternoon will be Brooke Peterson, representing the class of Human Factors Engineers. She will be followed by Akshita Rao, representing a class of Mechanical Engineers. Brooke Peterson, please come to the podium.
Hey everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brooke Peterson, and I'm a human factors engineer. Sorry, I'm a little nervous speaking in front of all these mechanical engineers. How are you guys doing, by the way? I feel like I haven't seen a lot of you since ES2 with Brian Tracy. As I was brainstorming what to write my speech about, all the classic graduation lessons came to mind. Follow your passions, surround yourself with those who make you want to be a better person, don't give up. And while these conventional lessons are certainly important, I don't feel that they're as appropriate for this unconventional year. The reality is, this year has been extremely tough. I won't sugarcoat it. From having to social distance from loved ones, to getting sent home from abroad, I'm still salty at all you fall abroaders, not having our special senior bar nights or our special senior events, or being stuck in those godforsaken breakout rooms. I mean, I swear to God, if I get stuck in another microphone off, camera off, breakout room, I'm going to lose it. It feels as though we've been dealing with nothing but adversity all year. Or at least that's the mental hole I get stuck in sometimes. When I find myself dwelling on the lousy parts of the year, however, I make an active effort to recognize some of the good that COVID has brought. So I posted a quick survey in our Facebook class asking for people to share their good news, and I wanted to share my favorites. I got into grad school. I got my dream score on the MCAT because I had more time to study. I've had unreal flexibility with school, gotten better at being alone, and have embraced smaller gatherings. I got to spend more time with my significant other now that his classes were fully remote and we weren't long distance anymore. I spent more time with my family, my parents, and my dogs. Conferences, interviews, talks are often more accessible since commuting isn't an issue anymore. I got to spend more time with my housemates and people I care most about. I was able to save money more easily. And last but not least, Trump got kicked off of Twitter. What I have learned from this survey, and this year in general, is that a strong common thread throughout this senior class isn't just perseverance, determination, intelligence, or grit, though there is much of that in this room, but rather adaptability and resilience. The ways in which we've been able to find safe and creative ways to study, socialize, and train throughout a global pandemic gives me endless hope for our futures. It'll be like the next I walked uphill both ways in the snow barefoot that we got from our parents, except I graduated college in a global pandemic and I walked uphill both ways in the snow. If there's one thing we human factors engineers know like the back of our hands, and Mechis, please bear with me, God knows I bore with Physics 11 and you don't see me complaining, it's the user experience design process. Now to get you up to speed, the UX design process consists of 4 major phases. 1, research, 2, design, 3, testing, and 4, iteration. Great, now Mechis, you've learned in 12 seconds what it took the rest of us 4 years to figure out. Anyway, if there's one thing I've learned throughout my 4 years studying this process, is that it applies to far more than just UX design. It applies to a lot of life as well. So if you ever find yourself wondering, why have I been here so long? Is this really somewhere where I want or even need to be? Then revert back to your roots. 1, do some research. What would make you happy? How could you get there? Do you know someone who's done it? 2, start designing a solution. Make a plan for yourself. Set some constraints. Take a chance and go for it. And 3, test it. Is it working for you? what could make it better? And finally, 4, iterate until you find out what you're looking for. So in short, if you ever feel stuck, change something about your situation to make yourself unstuck. And don't wait for another pandemic to do it for you. I couldn't be prouder to be a part of this graduating class, and I'm so excited to celebrate with all of you. Here's to the next 5 weeks in a weird state of limbo until we actually graduate. And when we're rewatching this on May 23rd, congrats on how far we've come. Here's to a lifetime of opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. Now I'd like to welcome Akshita Rao to the stage.
Hey everyone. Like Brooke said, I think this is probably the first time we've been together since the ES2 final 2 years ago. All right, so a year or so ago, I was walking with one of my housemates who's a biology major. We were just walking through the SEC, and I told her to go pick something up from NOLAP. So we had to pass by the Kindle Van Cafe, stop by NOLAP, quickly ran by the EPDC to print something out. And the entire time, she was just following me around. Then finally, we left the building. She stops, and she looks at me, and she says, "Dude, you were in there for 30 minutes. And I was like, "What? No, we're not in there for that long." She goes, "No, you ran to like 50 people. Why do you know everyone who lives in the SEC?" So I went home and I genuinely pondered over this because she brought up an interesting point. And I simply had to figure out what it was. And she said, well, I thought to myself, well, maybe it's because engineering is a collaborative field and you work with a lot of people, right? But at Tufts, it's something more. Not everything that's collaborative is necessarily fun. Like learning how to use the NOLAP laser cutter with Walker. I'm kidding. And it finally clicked one night when I left the SEC after studying for an exam that I was truly concerned about. But now looking back, I don't remember how I did on that exam. Instead, I remember how much I enjoyed spending time with my peers, I should say my friends, and actually had fun learning. So we aren't just a class of students studying engineering. Let me rephrase that a bit better. Instead, we're a community that perseveres, supports, encourages, and most importantly, loves learning. The classes that we've taken to get here right now were no easy feat. But I really don't think it would have been possible without all of us working together as a community to make learning gratifying. And I think this is so important because life can push us in different directions that we don't really expect it to. And a way to stay grounded and get through it is by doing something that we really enjoy. Obviously, this past year really tested our limits, but we still found ways to keep learning refreshing and engaging. Harry, Madeline, and I baked loaves of bread for a heat transfer final project. And if that's not fun, I really don't know what is. So yes, there is collaborative learning here at Tufts, but it's more than just that. It's the fact that during these past 4 years, we've created a community that appreciates curiosity and actually creates joy in learning. And to answer my housemate's question for why I literally know everyone who lives in the SEC, well, to be completely honest, it's because I also live there, and I choose to be surrounded by all of you. So I want to thank all of our mechanical engineering professors for being patient, encouraging, and sharing their knowledge with us. And I want to thank all of you for all the fruitful conversations that taught me new perspectives, for all the laughter that made the studying less difficult, and for all the memories so full of life and learning. Congratulations. Oh yeah, and if anyone happens to figure out the Navier-Stokes equation and wins $1 million, don't forget to split it with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshita, and thank you, Brooke. It's so fun to hear you talk so eloquently, and I'm reminded of what I really, really love about being here at Tufts. I really love hearing you all interact, talk, and share your thoughts. It makes it a pleasure. We shall now begin the presentation of the candidates for the respective degrees. Candidates shall come to the stage to receive congratulations on behalf of the department faculty. When you hear your name, walk to the stage, have your chance to wave, move across the stage, and back down. Professor Luisa Chiesa will read the names of the graduates.
So welcome, everyone, and congratulations, everyone. What I like about graduation is usually when you walk across the stage, I give you a physical hug. Unfortunately, we cannot do that this year. So I give you a virtual hug to everyone, and I'm really proud of all of you. I will try to read your names, and I'll try to do my best in not butchering them, and so we shall start. Members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present to you these candidates on behalf of the faculty of the School of Engineering. I ask that their degree now be conferred. Will the candidates please rise and proceed to the stage when your row is signaled to do so? All right. Akshita Rao. Brooke Peterson. Shreyansh Agarwal. Libby Albanese. Isabel Anderson. Mishkael Anilus. Jeffrey Blitt. Isabel Bomer. Adolfo Castillo. Amelia Coffey. Annie Du. Naomi Durand. Gabriel Emuna. Ola Oluwa Faleye. Sophie Fox. Isabel Friedman. Owen Gervais. Joshua Emmanuel Harvey. Lauren Hassey. Timothy Holt. Jared Jaramillo. Jeremy Kanofsky. Ricky Kaufman. Olivier Kigotho. Maya Simone Kurzmann. Cory Lampedusa. William Liu. Scott Lucart. Ryan Mayman. Matthew Mantega. Lawson Matthew. Maura McCormick. Benjamin McDermott. Olivia Nye. Madeline Oliver. Grace Paselli. Raúl Pech Figueroa. Abigail Reddy. Alyssa Robichaud. Lorenzo Salgado. Edward Schmidt. Olivia Schwern. Evan Slack. Jacob Sorsher. Luke Steele. Harry Steinberg. Emma Stevens. Catherine Switzer. Zachary Visaggi. Dylan Wogman. Walker Wind. Yu Fong Wu. Will Yorton. Courtney Zhang. I will now read the names of graduates attending remotely. Noaf Al-Sheikh Ali, Chia-Yen Claire Hu, Olivia Martin, Sydney Pierce, Daniel Bronegg.
Well, as I remarked at the beginning of the department ceremony, this has been a most unusual year. On this graduation day, we have a lot to think about. How can you, as technologists, make our world better? How can you learn from the COVID experience to make a world that is free and open, yet still resistant to disease? As you conduct your careers, can you learn from the tragedies of the last year, like the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis or the tragic murders of the Asian Americans in Atlanta? How can you confront a systematic bias where it appears, whether you are developing new technologies or developing business processes? You've got your work cut out for you. Of course, you've already overcome many hurdles just to get here. I think that was a theme that you heard come through loud and clear in the talks at the beginning of today. I really want you to think about all that you've come through to get here, It's been a lot of success, a lot of accomplishment, and I want to celebrate those triumphs. So as you watch this video, I hope that you're delighted. You are now graduates, the class of 2021.
T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S,